Christina Hitchcock standing by. And Christina, you have a very interesting salad recipe on the grill for us today.
I do. I have a great springtime salad that will have you out on the grill.
Before we begin, we want to remind everybody to wash your hands and to wash the vegetables that you bring home from the grocery store.
Yeah, so as soon as you get home from the store is when I find it's the easiest way to do it so you don't forget. Just give your vegetables a good wash, dry them off or lay them out to dry for a little bit, and then store them as you normally would. So today I'm going to show you how to make a grilled panzanella salad. Panzanella is really just an Italian Tuscan bread salad, but we're going to give it a little bit of a twist and we're going to grill the bread and the vegetables so they get this nice fire roasted flavor. So to get started, we need to prep our vegetables for the grill. So I have here a couple bell peppers. I have red and yellow. So I'm just going to seed them, and we're going to use all parts of the pepper. So if we just cut this top off, the stem just pops right out, and then we can use this. And we want them in big chunks because we're putting them on the grill, and we don't want them to fall through the grates. So we're not going to chop them until we are done grilling.
So if we don't have the vegetables that you're using for the recipe on hand, do you have any alternatives for us?
This is an extremely flexible salad. You can pretty much use whatever you can find or whatever your family likes. So if you don't like bell peppers, try swapping it out with another type of pepper that your family likes or other vegetables. Next, we are going to do a red onion. So we're just going to cut this into, again, big chunks because we don't want anything falling through the grates of the grill. I'm gonna cut the root end off, and then I'm gonna cut it into pretty big pieces. Next up, we need to get our bread ready. And I just have a loaf of Italian bread. It's even a couple days old, so it's pretty stale here, and that's okay because we want it to be dry so that the bread soaks up all of that luscious vinaigrette.
Do you recommend a specific kind of bread over another bread for this recipe?
So for the bread in this recipe, I recommend using a crustier bread. You don't want anything that's too soft, and if it's stale, that's perfectly okay because that's why we're gonna grill it. We wanna dry it out a bit. So an Italian bread, a French baguette, leftover hard rolls, anything like that works perfectly in this recipe. So I'm just going to cut this loaf in half, and then I'm going to cut it in half again. All right, so we have our bread slice. Next step is we're gonna go out to the grill. We're gonna put all of this bread and vegetables on there and get them nice and toasted. Okay, so it looks like our veggies are done. I'm going to pull them from the grill and we're gonna take them inside and start putting our panzanella together. All right, so our vegetables are done. I've taken them off the grill. We're just gonna allow everything to cool for a little bit while we work on the fresh veggies that are going into this salad. So here I have an English cucumber. And what's great about English cucumbers is the skin isn't waxed, so you can very easily eat that. And also there aren't many seeds in here, so it's a great cucumber to use for this recipe. But I'm just going to cut this cucumber into small bite-sized pieces. Okay, we're gonna get all of this transferred over to a big bowl. We need lots of room to fit all of our veggies and bread so we can stir it up. Now I'm gonna move on to tomatoes. So here I just have 4 tomatoes off the vine, and we're gonna use the whole thing. So I just usually just cut right around that core. Normally I would seed and juice a tomato, but for this you really want the extra liquid. It helps to soften the bread that we've grilled up. Okay, so the next thing to go into our bowl with the tomatoes and cucumbers are these vegetables that we grilled. So they're nice and cool now. They've been sitting for a few minutes. I can handle them. So I'm just going to, again, cut everything into bite-sized pieces. And now I'm gonna work on getting these peppers. And just look at that beautiful blistering that we get from the grill. That's all flavor right there. So now we're going to add this toasted bread that we have here. So if your grill over toasted, like if you have these black parts here and you don't want them, you can easily just take your knife and shave them off. My husband, however, loves that part, so I'm going to leave them. But this crispy, crunchy bread is exactly what you're looking for. So we want this cut into bite-sized pieces. All right, so let's get started on making this vinaigrette, and it's super simple. It's going to start with some olive oil. So I've got about half a cup here, And to that, we are going to add some white wine vinegar. Now to emulsify everything, I have some Dijon mustard, and I have a little bit of my house seasoning blend. And last but not least, we have some garlic. Now the best way to get the garlic into this vinaigrette, because we don't want any big pieces, is we're gonna grate it on a rasp. So I'm gonna use a whole clove. Then we will just whisk everything together so that it emulsifies. And that's it. I mean, it really doesn't get simpler than that. So we are going to transfer this dressing and drizzle it all over. I'm leaving the bread on top because we do want that to really soak up the dressing, and it'll make its way down into the veggies. Couple more things to really make this salad pop. I'm gonna cut some fresh herbs. So here I have some basil, and then I'm gonna add some fresh parsley. Now I'm using Italian flat leaf parsley. If you have the curly parsley, that's fine. So I'm going to refrigerate this for about 30 minutes, and then I'll be back to show you it on the platter. So our Panzanella salad is done. Now I just want to take a bite of this. I want to get some of the pepper and a piece of the bread and a little bit of that cucumber. You can get the crunch from that toasted bread and the little bit of tartness from the vinegar, and I can really taste that fire roasted flavor on the peppers and that little punch of garlic. You guys, this salad will make you happy. You'll think of summer, whether or not it is summer or not. You've got to try this.
Christina, that looks delicious. Thank you so much for showing us how to do this recipe and getting outside on the grill. Why don't you let everyone know how they can get this recipe and other recipes?
Sure, you can find this recipe as well as so many more grilling recipes and quick and easy recipes for your family. It's at www.itisakeeper.com.
Once again, thanks, Christina, for letting us into your home today.
You are so welcome, Jackie, anytime.
See you soon.